About what's going on in Ireland with the Celtic Tiger and the banks are hurting so much, the downfall. What's the story here?
Do you really want to know?
I'd love to know.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like what has happened all over the Western world for the last 20 and 30 years. Greed, greed, and more fucking greed, and cheap money. And in Ireland, it's a tragedy what happened to the Tiger. We have, I'd say, 4 causes. We had a stupid fucking government. We had a regulator that was asleep at the wheel. We had very deceitful and conniving and corrupt developers. And of course, above all, wanking fucking bankers. Wanking bankers. We had these arseholes that for the last 20, 30 years are getting these massive bonuses, these employees and directors of banks, on the misfortune of the working class, and getting these huge bonuses and salaries. But, you know, if you and all these arseholes should be thrown in jail and the keys thrown away for the rest of their life. And you know, sir, if you went in and you're unemployed and you wanted to take a loaf of bread out of a store or a supermarket to feed your family, guess what? You'll be up in court for it. These assholes are living all over the world now on the backs of the misfortunate working people. And who's going to pay for all this? We've mortgaged the next generation or two. Who's going to pay for it? The working man. We got the labourer, the small farmer, the fisherman, the nurse, the teacher, the policeman, the fireman, the plumber, the carpenter. Fuck's sake, man, this is a joke.
So I'm sensing a wee bit of discontent?
You are indeed, sir. And by the way, let's not be too cocky in this part of the world, North America either. All these debts that people have accumulated over the last 30 years. Hey, everybody gets their day.
Stop! Question. What is money? What is money? Money is a non-existent theoretical force that has never, does not, and will never exist except in theory on computer screens. People die and starve because they don't have enough digits on a computer screen. It's incredible and it's extraordinary and it's grotesque, but unfortunately it's true. People think, what is money? Well, how is money created? There's another big question. Oh, it's governments. No! It's private banks lending non-existent money called credit. What is credit? There's your credit. That's it. When you go into a bank and you want to borrow $50,000, the bank doesn't print any money. It doesn't move precious metals anywhere. It types into your account $50,000, and from that moment, you start owing it not only $50,000, but the interest on the $50,000. And if you can't pay that back through no fault of your own, because the banking system has done what it's just done and you lose your job so you can't pay them back, they get your wealth that does exist, your home, your car, your business, your land. It's been going on for centuries. This is why it has sucked the wealth of the world into the hands of the few. What is an economic boom? It's when there's lots of units of exchange, money in circulation, creating lots of economic activity, which causes people to have confidence in the economic situation. In those times, they get more and more in debt because they're so confident. Or we can have a bigger house, a bigger car, 2 vacations, and all the rest of it. And the banking system, controlled by the same people and coordinated by the same people, have put that out there. Fishing line out, lots of credit. Hey, what do you mean you earn, $2 an hour? You want a $500,000 mortgage? No problem. Here you go. Gotcha out there. It doesn't matter. We're getting the house eventually anyway. And then what they do is they take money out of circulation. They're pulling the bloody line in now. And as they take money out of circulation, oh no, we've got a credit crunch, we can't make loans and give you any more money that doesn't exist and charge you interest on it. Oh no, it's real serious. We haven't got a problem though, because they'll bail us out, because we control them, you see. So, and then what happens if we move over here into a slump or a depression, not because anyone doesn't want to work, not because people want to lose their homes, but because there is not enough units of exchange in circulation for the economic activity to go on that allows them to earn the money to pay back the loans. So now the banks go, thank you very much, I'll have some of that. And The only difference between a boom and a bust is what the private banking cartel has allowed as units of exchange through credit or not through credit. I heard a politician, they all look the same to me. I don't know, I can't tell them apart. They've all got dark suits with heads on and their mouths are moving. That's all I can... Oh, I've seen someone in the last few days. Someone yesterday, some politician or other, said that they had to bail out the banks here with more debt for the people who've already been screwed by those they're supposed to get out of trouble. Main Street cannot function without credit. People can't pay their bills without credit. Big question. What the hell system allows that to be the case? No, no. So this money thing is in the DNA of society. Controls choice and all the rest of it. It controls whether we have shelter or no shelter, and the few control it. So we have Greenspan, starts the old subprime going under his watch and stuff, and off it goes. But the point is, all these banks are being taken over by other banks, and people think, oh, it's terrible for the banking system. Lehman Brothers has gone. Merrill Lynch has been taken over by Bank of America. Oh, my God, what's happening? Oh, Bear Stearns. Oh, it must be terrible. No, it's terrible for the people in those banks that lose their jobs, yeah, have families to look after. But it ain't terrible for the system, because this network of people own the game. And although the faces within the game may change, the people controlling the game do not change. So they never lose. Oh, Merrill Lynch has gone down. Oh, we own Bank of America. Fine, there we go. This is how it works. God, people only realized in that area of society that doesn't look at this. So, like I say, these own the banking game. And what goes on inside it, they still own it. They still control it. And they want a world central bank. And they've just taken enormous strides towards it at the expense of the harmony, the peace, and the lives of people. There you go. There's the banking system. There's the world financial system. Las Vegas frickin' casino. That's all it is. It's nothing to do with the benefit of human beings and daily life among the mass of the people. It's just a casino. And this guy, old Paulson, Henry Paulson, he's in old Goldman Sachs, head of Goldman Sachs, when the old subprime thing was going, and Goldman Sachs was massively involved in all that stuff. He then goes through the revolving door between the corporations and government, becomes Treasury Secretary, and then he says, oh, I've got a great idea. Let's give what is $1 trillion and then some to the banks, not least because when I've finished in government, I'm going back through the door into the banking system. And we stand for this. We stand for this. And of course, what is the basis of it? Be afraid. Be afraid. When people are frightened of anything, they give their power away. Oh, isn't it wonderful, however, how many people in this country have said, we don't want this now. We're making strides here. Because the politicians are voting for their shadow people masters. They're voting against the vast number of people in this country that can now see it. It's so bloody blatant. But when people are in fear, they give their power away to that which they think can save them from what they fear. And this embarrassing statement to the nation the other day from Bush, I thought someone had stuck something up his bum, his bloody eyes. You look terrified. I'm kind of paraphrasing, but this is what he said. Be afraid, just be very afraid. Lost homes, savings, all that stuff. Just do as we say and we'll save you all. God bless America, thank you. And that was it. Totalitarian tiptoe. This is another technique of manipulation. You know you're going there, but you know if you go in one leap, the change in society is such that people go, what's going on? What's going on? So you go in as big a leap as you can get, but not too big that you get a big reaction through the change that takes place. And from here, you know where you're going, and you just go in steps. That's how a free trade zone became a centralized fascist dictatorship, which is what the European Union is. And interestingly, the European Union was created from the start through an organization called the Pan-Europa Movement, which was headed and is still headed to this day by one of these elite bloodlines going back to the ancient world, the Habsburg dynasty. It doesn't matter! They're masks on the same face! So what if they get in? Same thing will bloody happen. Comply! No! No, no! Not if it's enslaving me and my children and imposing on my freedom. Comply! Leave your home now it's foreclosed. No! 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 Let's follow this through, shall we? Millions of people in the world are losing their homes, being foreclosed, and ending up homeless. Let's follow this through. Why have you lost your home, my friend? Because I can't pay me mortgage. Why can't you pay your mortgage? Because I lost my job. Why did you lose your job? Because the great banking collapse, they can't get this, they can't get my company went bust. And who's taking your home away and saying you've got to leave? The banks that caused the fricking problem. And we are leaving? What are we doing? What are we doing? No, we won't leave when the banks have caused the problem and now they're telling us to leave, to take the assets. No, we won't. And people who are not being foreclosed need to support those that are. We're all in this together. Compulsory vaccinations. No, no, no. You must do what we say. We have changed the law. Not if you are imposing on my freedom and my rights to be a free citizen with a free voice. No, no, no. What are they going to do? They come out of Downing Street, whether it's Clegg and his mate bloody Cameron or it's bloody Obama or whoever it is in America, and they say, we've had a discussion and this is what we're going to do. What if vast numbers of people say, well, we ain't doing it? They have got no power whatsoever. Their power comes in our acquiescence. Oh, but you can't defy the law. Okay, let's follow this through, shall we? By the way, while I'm talking, put your arms out and I'll put the handcuffs on, because that's what you're telling me. What you're telling me is this. We have no say in laws that are passed. And then we have to obey those laws. Well, okay, forget freedom then. Okay, what if they passed a law that says we take your children away? Would you obey it? Well, no. So there is a line then. There is a line. It's just where is that line? And if a law does not respect human freedom, it does not respect human justice, it doesn't respect fair play, we should not be acquiescing to those laws. We should be refusing to acquiesce.
Rise like lions after slumber in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains to earth like dew, which in sleep has fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few. When we figure that out, there goes their way of life.